it's Erin, and I'm ready to share with you some more of my tips that I have. So this is going to be tip number 3. Remember, we're talking about 5 tips that will help you have a stress-free preparedness month. So September is National Preparedness Month. For any disasters, it's better to be prepared on hand. So I talk about this every month for September, and so this is my tip 3. Now remember, tip 1 was to have a really good food storage, just to have food on hand so you don't have to have continual trips to the grocery stores. Tip 2 was water, having enough water to have on hand. Remember, water is the first thing that goes out when it's out of stock. So, and then tip number 3 is to have cash on hand. A lot of people don't have this. And so I want to teach you some tricks that will really benefit you for any type of emergency, okay? So when the power goes out, that means our credit cards don't work. And so you're going to have cash on hand. Whether it's you're going to have to buy groceries or gasoline or paying your neighbor if they're going out, like things happen and you don't have, your credit cards don't work and we're so reliant on them. And so you need to have cash on hand. Now, about 11 years ago, almost 12 years ago, when Ike hit, we were out of power for over 2 weeks in our home, and we ended up having to buy a generator and an air conditioner unit and gas cans, and we had to have cash to pay for it. And so that kicked us into gear big time because we had just moved to Texas, and so having cash on hand. So what I would recommend is go over your finances, find out how much you're spending in 1 month and divide it by 2. I want you to have 2 weeks worth of cash on hand. That may seem too much to do all at once, and I don't want it to be stressful, so here is my tip, is every time you get a $5 bill, don't spend it, save it. You will be so surprised how many times a $5 bill comes in your hand and you can easily save it, you don't even think about it, and keep them on hand, because when you do have an emergency and you have to use cash, most of the time a $100 bill is not going to be easily for you to exchange. Like there's not going to be change for it. They don't have that. And so having $5 bills on hand, $20 bills, $10 bills, one's great. But if you're trying to learn how to save and you don't want it to be too difficult because you can't take out a couple $1,000s to have on hand, try the $5 trick. I've used this trick for over 10 years now and it works. And sometimes I end up paying my babysitters all in $5 bills because it's what I have on hand and it's convenient, but it works and I forget how often that they come up. So that is my trick, to do $5 bills, because $100 bills are great, but they're not as great as you think they are, especially when there's an emergency. So go over your finances, see where you're at. If it's too much to do 2 weeks worth and you're struggling paycheck to paycheck, just start with the $5 trick. Keep those $5 bills. It's really going to benefit you in the future. So stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to do my trick number 4 to help you get better prepared for National Preparedness Month in September. Subscribe to my page, Erin Malwitz. You can check me up on Facebook at Simply Healthy Thrive. If you have any questions, comment below. But we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.